So what are the benefits of entering God mode? You're going to take your business to the 7-figure level. So you're probably a business owner who's really into spirituality. You might be a solopreneur who's been stuck at the 6-figure level, and you might be running into one of these two problems. The first one is inconsistencies. You make some money and then you lose it, right? It's like you peak and you lose it. You go make 15 grand, then you drop down to 5. And like lead flows up and down. Or even worse, you might be stuck at the same level. You might be stuck at that 10K level, just enough to live, but not enough to go to the next level. So why do you want to enter God mode? What you're going to do is you're going to take the outside world and you're going to bend it to your reality by taking the law of attraction, using your subconscious mind, self-image, and some of the things I learned from the famous Bob Proctor, which I'll talk about in a second, and you're going to be able to bend reality to your life. And if you don't believe me, take my story, for example. I worked with the famous Bob Proctor, and I went from dead broke, sleeping in a car, from $0 to $100,000 per month in less than 45 days, not once, but twice. This YouTube channel as well, I launched it about a month ago, did $100,000 my first month. So I've done this repeatedly. And the things you're going to learn in this video, I'm going to teach you exactly how to take control of your life by entering God mode, going to the subconscious mind, and using the law of attraction. Let's go. This is your man, Mr. Law of Attraction, and I'm super excited to get right into it. So entering God mode, let's get straight into the value. So I have a couple of pictures I'm going to share with you here. The first one is this. Before we get into this person A, person B, and entering God mode, we have to understand, like, what is it to not be in God mode, right? Because think about this. When you're going to a map, right now I'm in Dubai. When you go to the Dubai Mall, which is one of the craziest malls I've ever been in, the first thing I have to do when I get in there is I have to go to the map, right? And what is the first thing it says on the map? You are here. So if you're wanting to enter in God mode, because you probably want to hit your first $100,000 month in your business, you know you can do it. You have this potential. You can taste it. You're into the spiritual work. You probably meditate, you probably do visualization. You're not new to this stuff. You've tapped into the law of attraction before. You know there's a spiritual side of business, and you're trying to attach this spiritual side of business because the tactics and the strategies and the methodologies and working hard, that's not getting you anywhere. So now you want to tap into this part. And I've known it, and I worked with over 400 clients, scaling them to the next level. Last month we had 80% testimonial right in our high ticket program. So like I know these things kind of work, and now I'm going to give it to you right here. So in order to enter God mode, you have to understand what is not to be in God mode. So here's an average person, and by the way, this might be you right now, and it's going to open up your eyes so that you can actually enter God mode and know when the flip is off and on. Okay. So here's what most people do. Let's take this results right here on the right side. So what they do is they look at the outside world. I want you to understand this. You have anywhere from 60 to 70,000 thoughts every single day. 60 to 70,000 thoughts every single day. 90% of those thoughts are the same as yesterday. So what does that tell us? That today's manifestation, today what you have in this physical world, this body, your bank account, how many leads you have this week, how much cash flow you did last month, all of these things or is a manifestation of yesterday's frequency, yesterday's thinking patterns. So what most people do is they look at their outside world, the outside matrix, and based on what they see, based on what they hear, smell, taste, touch, right? Whatever's going on in the outside world, it starts to become the creator inside of them. So let's look at this. The outside world, they're going to use their outside senses, and what they're going to use is they're going to take their conscious mind, form an imagination, but not of what they want, but what's going on in the outside world, because it's so much easier to look at the outside world and how much lead flow you have and how much cash you're doing and how much business you're generating, and it's easy to see what's going on, but to not let it register. So check this out. So the results on the outside world cause your thoughts, right? So you're going to take this Christ consciousness, this power that flows into your consciousness, your ability to co-create with the universe, to build whatever you want in this world. You're going to take that power and you're going to get involved with your outside world. And then what's going to happen is it's going to start to stir up emotions in the subconscious mind, which is your emotional mind. Why? It's so much easier to look at how much cash you have in your bank account, how much business you brought in last month. And it's so much easier to get emotionally involved in it, right? Because you see it with your own eyes. It's real right now in front of you. So you're going to use your imagination, form an image of what's going on outside of you. You're going to get emotionally involved with it, meaning you're going to pass it to the subconscious mind. And so think about this. Any image that you pass upon the subconscious mind must be expressed. Whatever you impress must be expressed. So if you're impressing these feelings of lack and limitation and inconsistencies and being stuck and what's going on in the outside world, what happens is you press that into your body. This body is a physical instrument of the mind. So whatever you're gonna, what kind of vibrations are you gonna feel? Anxiety, fear, lack. For some of you, I might be like entering the conversation you're having. For some of you, you just came off some of your highest income months, but you have these deep feelings of lack. Like, oh my God, can I keep this up? Was this a one night stand? Like as in like you got this big lead flow. Somebody like something happened where you got a bunch of cash or a bunch of leads, but you don't know if you can keep it. Or you're coming off this part where last month or 2 months ago or a couple months ago you had your highest income months, but it seems like everything went away and you're back down to where you're at, right? You're in these gaps and you're like, oh my gosh, why do I keep having good months and inconsistencies? It's like you're just enough to live, but then you're afraid to go sign a lease and buy that new car and buy that new house because you're so inconsistent, right? One month you're excited and the next month you're like, oh my God, I don't know if I'm gonna make it, right? So what's happened is you impress those feelings into your body. And what is your body going to express? Anxiety, fear, doubt, worry, right? So you're causing the same vibrations of what's going on outside. So you see the cycle here. So then those actions that you have are in alignment with the outside world. So now remember, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. So the actions that you're taking, the calls that you're doing, the content that you're making is not coming from a place of abundance, but it's coming from a place of scarcity. And that's why you keep repeating the same cycle. That's why your income has been up and down. That's why it's been hard for you to go to the next level. It seems like you're working harder, but you're earning less, or it's inconsistent. Here's what we're going to do. What I just showed you right now is when you're not in God mode. So let me talk about how to actually get into God mode. Let's get in here. So we have two scenarios right here, person A and person B. So let's get into let's take the left side here, person A. So let's go back to it again. So this is when their outside results are controlling their thinking, right? So let's go over it again. So you have your outside results. So let's just say last month you did $10,000. You've had a 15K month, you've had a 20K month, you've had a 30K month, whatever it is, right? 50K month, it's irrelevant, right? You've had this high income month, but what's happening is like it's dropping. So what happens is you have these feelings of lack because another thing that may have happened is you've outperformed your self-image. You have all these new flows and cash and stuff has to come in. Maybe your business infrastructure is not able to sustain it, or maybe you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm going to keep all this money, right? Some kind of insecurity comes in. So what happens is it registers in your conscious mind and your present results, right? You have an image of your present results in your conscious mind, and you're going to pass it to the subconscious mind, which then goes to the body, and you keep repeating this cycle over and over and over again. What we have to do is enter God mode. And what is God mode? Let's go over here to person B. God mode is when you let your thinking control your results, not the latter. Not letting your results control your thinking. God mode means to create. Like God, like whenever you think of God, God just is. I want you to do this experiment with me right now, okay? So I want you to close your eyes and I want you to okay, follow me here. I'm gonna teach you literally how to enter God mode and how powerful this is and how real this is. I'm not just making bullshit up, okay? Close your eyes with me. I want you to take out your imaginary phone. Okay, take out your imaginary phone. Let's just say it's in your left hand. I want you to click your imaginary bank app, the app that you use, your Chase Bank, Bank of America, or whatever bank in whatever country you're watching me at. Shout out to the worldwide community. So go ahead and open up your bank. And what number do you have in there? Okay, you should have a nice little visual. I'm sure you checked your bank account today. So go ahead and check that number. What's the number you have in your bank account last time you checked? Like in the last few hours, last 24 hours. Okay, at the snap of my finger, I want you to change this number. Ready? Put 10,000, 30,000, 100,000, $10, $1 million, 1.5 million, $10, 100,000, 150,000, 15,000. Boom. Join me back. Come on. What just happened? Instantaneously, you're changing your bank account. That's how fast it works. That's God reality right there. That's what I'm talking about when it says that you can create. That's how Jesus Christ, the God creator, creates. It's instantaneous. It's now. It's real. You didn't have to go get that money. You changed it with your imagination. That's Christ consciousness. There's a power that flows into your consciousness. And with this power, you're able to bend the reality and make it real because that's the highest form of vibration. That's the highest frequency. So when you start to enter God mode, really what you're doing is you're becoming the creator. The outside world starts to become less real, and what's going on inside here becomes more real. Let's jump right back into it. So check this out. You're going to use that same energy while snapping your finger. We're putting $1 million in there. You went from $10 to $1 million in a snap of a finger. You didn't need leads. You didn't need content. Boom, instantaneous. Why? Because you became the creator. You used your imagination. So there's a power that flows into your consciousness, and you're able to use your imagination to form an image of what you want your dream life to look like. I just showed you. Holy shit, I need some water. I'm hyped. I just showed you right now how to do that when I was snapping my fingers, so you know what I'm talking about now. You're going to take this power that flows into your consciousness, and you're going to formulate what you want your life to look like with imagination. And now what you're going to do And here's what most people don't do is they have a vision, but they don't plant into the subconscious mind, because what they're actually planting is the lack and limitation of what their current reality is looking like. But that's not you, because you're entering God mode. That's why I started this video by teaching you how not to be in God mode, how to know when it's off and on. Now you're learning how to turn it on, because you're going to be the opposite of turning it off. Let's go. So you're going to take this image, plant into the subconscious mind with emotion. You're going to see it. You're going to feel it. And how are you going to do that? With your meditation, by taking your eyes and closing them. When you close your eyes, your inside world becomes more real. Remember when I was snapping my finger and I was like 1.5 million, a million, 10, 30,000, right? What was happening is your inside world was becoming more real than the outside world. It didn't matter how much bank money was in your bank account in real life, because when you closed your eyes, it was more real in your imagination. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we're going to use to go to the next level. That's how you're going to hit your $100,000 month. That's how I've been able to hit $100,000 months consistently. From zero to twice. I went from zero to 100,000 a month. The first time with Bob Proctor back in 2020, and with this YouTube channel. Started a new YouTube channel, boom, $100,000 the first month, right? I'm able to do these things consistently because of what I'm teaching you right here. Let's go. Okay, so you're gonna take this imagination, you're gonna plant into the subconscious mind, and you're gonna emotionally involve with it. You're gonna feel it, you're gonna live it, you're gonna experience it. And then what happens is you're gonna remember, whatever's impressed upon that subconscious mind must be expressed. You're then gonna do actions, inspired actions. And remember, the things you're gonna start to do, the content that you're gonna make is gonna start to hit. The sales calls that you're gonna do are gonna start to close. The videos that you're gonna make, the content, everything's gonna start to hit, and it's gonna feel like you're in God mode and everything's just moving. That's how this works. And now you produce new results. And those new results didn't come from the last year's or yesterday's thinking, they came from the new frequency. In every moment, you can decide what you wanna do with your life and how to go to the next level. This is exactly what I've been teaching with my clients. Like, for example, in the coaching program, we had Raz come in. He was doing 70,000 a month. Within his first month, we got him to 165,000. Rachel, as I said before, Rachel's in photography. She was doing about $8,000 a month, $10,000 a month. She did $30,000 her first month. Then we can take Anish. His highest income month he'd ever had was $8,000. Then within just 2 weeks, we got him to $27,000 a week. Guys, the clients are just quantum jumping, because when I teach them how to do this at a higher level, everything I learned from Bob Proctor when I studied with him for 2.5 years, everybody quantum leaps. You can quantum leap when you learn how to take this to the next level. And I'm so excited. Guys, this is how you go ahead and quantum leap. If you want to learn how to work with me, go ahead and check out links in the description below. But if not, if you're here for the first time, just welcome and subscribe. I teach you how to go to the next level in your business, so you can go and hit 100K months and scale to the moon by using the law of attraction. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.